What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Shuffle Circle. Tyler here, and I'm very excited to be bringing you the first of many shuffle choreography tutorials on behalf of the Shuffle Circle. So when I first started thinking about what I wanted this first two-part series of shuffle choreographies to focus on, musicality was one of the first things I thought of. So I picked a classic. I did Let's Go Dancing Again, that Eats Everything remix. And I put together 4/8 counts of choreography that I'm super excited to teach you guys. So don't forget to utilize the fact that this is an internet video and rewind me as many times as you need to until this choreography sits well. Don't forget to sleep on it. I'm a big believer in giving choreography a day to settle in, and the next day it usually comes out a lot cleaner. So always have fun with it, that being the most important part. Once the choreography becomes muscle memory, you add the sauce. So again, this is the first part of a two-part series, guys. This is going to be a beginner/intermediate 4/8 count choreography with a musicality focus. I'm looking forward to publishing part 2 for you guys, which is going to be an intermediate to advanced 4/8 counts of shufflers choreography. So here we go. Alrighty fam, so once again, this is going to be a choreography with focus on musicality, meaning that the running man and rock are going to be the bases of the freestyle, but our tricks are going to try to be focused on the certain sound effects that come in play. So of course we're sort of cheating, we know the song and we're choreographing to it, but when it comes to a freestyle, thanks to electronic music having that repetitive nature, if you stand there for a second and listen to a song and hear what happens at the end of every 4/8 counts, you can probably predict what's going to happen at the end of the next 4/8 counts and play to that. And that's going to be musicality. So here, what I've done is picked out a few sound effects at different moments in this particular 4/8 counts and tried to turn it into a cool choreography for you. So this is going to be the beginner/intermediate. In a little bit for you guys, we're going to have an intermediate/advanced choreography that has a lot more little cool fun moments where we hit the beat. So with this song, it's kind of easily laid out for you. So the build-up is coming, it's saying, let's go dancing in a very echoey, sort of whispery pattern, but every time he says, let's go dancing, it's the beginning of an 8 count. So it's let's go dancing, 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 dancing. Let's go dancing, dancing, dancing. So that's how we're gonna sort of count our way into this freestyle. So once we can feel that it's that 8 count preceding the 4/8 counts for our choreography, we're gonna come in on and 4 with the left foot doing hot feet. So from the back, it's gonna be and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. So we're gonna start with the rock, which is T-stepping with your back to the direction you're flowing, and a running man to switch your weight, and an even amount of T-steps on each side. So we're just gonna do 1 T-step on each side. We're gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then we're gonna finish this 8 count with 4 running man. So it's gonna be 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and then here comes your first little dose of musicality. So the track kind of makes this sound like, to me, if I were picturing it, it would be like somebody hitting a speed strip in Super Mario. They're like, so that's kind of the move I created out of it. So we're gonna hop to the right with our arm out to the left on and, chest catches up on 1, arm pulls in on 2. Same thing on the other side, and 3, 4. So we finish the last 8 count with a running man on the left, 8, and 1, pull 2, and 3, pull 4. So in that last running man, in order to make it over to this jump in time, we don't quite make it all the way up to universal transition point. It goes 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we jump directly to the right, and 1, 2. So we sort of cut out that last part of that last running man. It goes 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. So from here, we're gonna continue this flow that we had going from this pull over our left shoulder. We're gonna do a backwards running man and a half on 5 and 6. And then from here, we're just gonna jump up to universal transition point and throw a herky on 7 and 8 and. So from the beginning, that was and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and. So from there we're on to the third 8 count, and it goes boom on the 1. So when we're doing that herky on 7 and 8 and, we are gonna drop the foot down, straight leg, boom on that 1, just to create a very interactive moment with the music. So 7 and 8 and 1. Call this a jackknife kick. So that was 7 and 8 and 1. I'm gonna do that from the side for you. Right foot throws over herky, 7 and 8 and 1. So this is a good time for me to talk a little bit about that really important full body bounce. So when you're shuffling and you keep straight up, depending on your fluidity, it'll look smooth. But when you put emphasis on your bounce, is when you can really throw fun things in there. See Bridget's shuffling with a full body bounce tutorial. So when we hit this boom on the 1, we really want to have our foot come down, but also come down with the foot and come back up with the body. Boom. So left foot has a little bent action too. So we go 7 and 8 and 1. So I want to throw some upper body in there. So when you do your herky on 7 and 8 and, I want that right arm coming up. So that way we can pull down our arm with our foot on that 1. 1, 7 and 8 and 1. So from there we're gonna running man 3 times, starting with the right foot. 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're gonna do some hip twists. So left foot's gonna come down and we're gonna crank up to the front left on 5 and 6 and then we're gonna body roll up, 7, 8. So for this body roll, you want to open your knees a little first, send the flow up to your hips, and then allow your rib cage, then your chest, then your head to come up. Knees, hips, chest, head. And when we hit that 8, we want to pop a little bit for emphasis upon arrival. Boom, ha. So from the front one time, that was 5 and 6 and 7, 8. So real quick from the beginning, before I add on the final 8 count, it went and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. So from there, guys, we're just gonna finish on a steady rock. So the left foot is gonna be doing the up and downing first, while the right foot is doing the T-stepping. Key to a rock again, turning off to the side and then traveling backwards with your flow. So we're gonna T-step to the back on 1 and to the side on 2 and cross on 3, up on and, switch on 4 and 5 and out to the side on 6 and cross on 7 and switch on 8, and here comes your final dose of musicality on and 1. The beat goes boom, boom, right there to go into the next 4 bars, which is again one of those little changes that dancers come so familiar with the pattern of music that they're able to feel out without having to count, which is what we're trying to push you guys into with this choreography technique. So we finish on 8, we're gonna go left, right. Knees bent, hop to our left, knees bent, hop to the right. So it goes 8, boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, boom. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna walk through it slow from the beginning up here. I'll put you down at my feet and then we'll put it all together again. It went 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1.
Let's go dancing. I wanna go dancing with you all night dancing. Let's go dancing. I wanna go dancing with you all night dancing. Let's go dancing.
Alrighty friends, that's it for this very first ever Shuffle Circle choreography. This is our musicality series, beginner/intermediate edition. Stay tuned for that intermediate/advanced edition coming soon. Thank you guys very much.